We scroll, we click, we see it everywhere. The curated lives, the sun-drenched moments, the effortless successes. A pristine home, a luxury vacation, a perfectly plated meal, or a thriving business launched with seemingly zero struggle. And often a little voice inside us stirs, a whisper of judgment, a fleeting sense of inadequacy, or perhaps a detached skepticism. Why does this happen? Why do we almost instinctually find ourselves compelled to dissect, to question, to even police the apparent ease of others' existences? This phenomenon isn't new, but it's amplified exponentially by our digital age. It taps into a deep evolutionary wiring within us, a social policing instinct that once served to maintain group cohesion and fairness. In a tribal setting, if someone appeared to be getting more resources with less effort, it warranted scrutiny. Now, that same instinct is misfiring in a world of manufactured realities, trapping us in a cycle where perception becomes a distorted lens for reality itself. The true problem isn't the effortless life itself, but our psychological vulnerability to its presentation. We confuse appearance with substance, and in doing so, we often misinterpret what it truly means to be well-off, or more importantly, well-adjusted. The mathematical reality of wealth building, of genuine freedom, is often antithetical to the performative displays we consume. Consider for a moment the ubiquitous image of the entrepreneur crushing it, working from a laptop on a beach in Bali. The behavior is clear, a public display of freedom, success, and geographical independence. But what are the hidden costs? There is the financial outlay for the trip itself, often funded by credit or the immediate earnings from a precarious income stream. Then there's the unseen labor, the 14-hour days in a cramped apartment that preceded the beach shot, the anxious checking of emails during sunset, the relentless pressure to maintain the illusion while simultaneously trying to build a sustainable business. The long-term math is often ignored here. Every dollar spent chasing the digital nomad aesthetic is a dollar not invested, not compounding, not building a true safety net. The unsexy alternative, building a solid business from a less glamorous home office, meticulously saving and investing those early profits. That path, while visually uninspiring, builds enduring wealth and, crucially, genuine optionality. Or think about the meticulously renovated homes, often showcased online as a weekend DIY project or the seamless work of an expensive contractor. The behavior here is a demonstration of refined taste, domestic bliss, and ample resources. The hidden cost, however, can be staggering. There's the actual financial debt incurred, often substantial, for what is fundamentally a depreciating asset if not maintained or carefully managed. Beyond that, there's the immense emotional labor, the stress of coordinating tradespeople, the inevitable delays, the budget overruns, and the constant pressure to keep it magazinerity for social media. This performative living often requires constant upkeep, financially and emotionally. The long-term math tells a different story. Money poured into visible consumption, especially on a property that stretches one's budget, often detracts from investments that could generate passive income or truly secure the future. The unsexy alternative might be a comfortable, functional home that prioritizes practicality and comfort over aesthetic perfection, allowing surplus income to be directed towards a diversified investment portfolio, silently growing freedom in the background. The core of our social policing instinct often stems from what psychologists call the fundamental attribution error. When we observe someone else's effortless success, we tend to attribute it to their inherent qualities, their talent, their luck, their superior network. But when we reflect on our own struggles, we attribute them to external circumstances, the economy, our bad boss, lack of time. This cognitive bias prevents us from seeing the full picture that behind almost every apparent ease, there is significant unseen effort, sacrifice, or often a deep well of personal anxiety. The lives we judge are rarely as simple as they appear, especially online. In fact, research suggests that heavy social media use correlates with increased feelings of envy and decreased life satisfaction, precisely because we are constantly exposed to curated highlight reels, not the gritty, complex reality. A 2018 study published in the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology highlighted how reducing social media usage could lead to significant improvements in well-being. This isn't just about judging others, it's about what that judgment does to us. The truth is, genuine wealth isn't about the car you drive or the brand names you wear. It's about optionality. It's about waking up one day and realizing you have the freedom to choose your path, to pursue what truly matters without the invisible chains of debt or the constant pressure to impress. This kind of wealth is quiet, almost invisible to the outside world. because it doesn't need external validation. It's the freedom to say no to a demanding client, to take a sabbatical, to invest in a passion project that might not yield immediate returns. It's the control over your own time and destiny, rather than being controlled by the need to maintain an illusion. This shift in identity, from one that seeks status through appearance to one that values freedom through financial autonomy, is a profound psychological transformation. It means understanding that the most valuable assets you can acquire are not objects, but time, peace of mind, and the ability to dictate the terms of your own life. So here is a simple, actionable step you can take within the next 24 to 48 hours to begin disentangling yourself from the trap of performative lives and social policing. Choose one social media platform you use regularly. For the next week, consciously unfollow or mute any accounts that consistently trigger feelings of inadequacy, envy, or that perpetuate an unsustainable image of effortless living. Replace that content with profiles that inspire genuine learning, foster a sense of community, or offer practical, grounded insights into building true, invisible wealth. Observe how this small shift impacts your internal monologue.